Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife. In today's McDojo news, we're going to talk about how the original Red Power Ranger, that's right, the one from the 90s, got caught up in a multi-million-dollar COVID scheme. Let's check out the story. Austin St. John, who suited up as the Red Power Ranger in the 1990s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, has been arrested for wire fraud conspiracy, according to the Department of Justice. U.S. Attorney Britt Featherston and the Department of Justice announced the arrest of 18 individuals for conspiracy to commit wire fraud in a press release on Wednesday. In a Wednesday press release, St. John, whose legal name is Jason Geiger, was among the 18 named in an indictment that accuses the defendant of defrauding the Small Business Association Paycheck Protection Program, obtaining at least $3.5 million in fraudulent funding. The indictment states two other defendants, Michael Hill and Andrew Moran, were ringleaders in corralling 16 others to apply for small business loans with falsified documents and collected the money for their own personal purchases. One of the defendants, Michael Hill, aka Tank, is alleged to have recruited the other individuals to either use an existing business or to create a business in order to submit applications to obtain funding from the Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program, the loan program that was designed to keep businesses afloat during the COVID-19 crisis. Andrew Moran is alleged to have helped his co-conspirators with fabricating supporting documentation and submitting the application through the government's online portals. After successfully obtaining the funds via false information, instead of using the loans as intended, the defendants allegedly spent the money on personal purchases. That's illegal. On the applications, the defendants are alleged to have misrepresented material information such as true nature of their business, the number of employees, and amount of payroll, the release from the Eastern District of Texas U.S. Attorney Office said. The Paycheck Protection Program was designed to help struggling small businesses during the pandemic by giving loans to business owners in need as a part of the CARE Act passed in 2020. The 18 conspirators are alleged to have received 16 loans and at least $3.5 million in total. If convicted, they each face 20 years in federal prison. St. John, age 47, first stepped into the Power Rangers world in 1993 as he portrayed Jason Lee Scott, the Red Power Ranger who led the rest of the crime-fighting team. During the Power Ranger Zeo TV series in 1996, he transformed into the Gold Ranger, according to IMDb. A statement was posted on the actor's Instagram account on Friday afternoon reading the following: Austin St. John is a father, husband, role model, and friend to many. The indictment detailed today is populated by a multitude of individuals, the majority of which Austin has no knowledge of and has never met or interacted with. It is our understanding that Austin put his faith, reputation, and finances in the hands of third parties whose goals were self-centered and ultimately manipulated and betrayed his trust. We expect Austin's legal team to successfully defend against these charges and lead to his ultimate exoneration. We ask that you respect the privacy of Austin's family in light of this serious situation, and thank you for your support. The former Power Ranger was expected to attend Des Moines Con, an Iowa comic festival, but it was announced Thursday he would no longer be able to attend due to unforeseen personal obligations. I'm assuming those obligations are probably court and meeting with lawyers and such. He sends his apologies and love to all those that were looking forward to meeting him. Austin plans to be here to meet all of his fans in 2023, the event's booking company announced on Facebook. This isn't the first time an actor from the Rangerverse has faced legal issues. Ricardo Medina Jr., who played the Red Ranger on Power Rangers Wild Force, was sentenced in 2017 for fatally stabbing his roommate with a sword. Before that, Skylar De Leon, who had a non-speaking role as a child actor on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was convicted in 2008 of 3 counts of first-degree murder. Let's unpack that. First, before we get too deep into what happened with the actual story, I gotta touch on this because I want people to hear it. Apparently, there is a thing called the Power Rangers curse. Apparently, this Power Rangers curse means that a lot of the actors that have played on the Power Rangers shows over the years of Power Rangers being a thing have either died of really horrific ways, have killed people in horrific ways, have committed horrendous crimes, or have been the target of hits. This is a thing for some reason in the universe that if you're a Power Ranger, you might have some issues later on down the road. Yes, I will be covering that story on Monday. I'll do a full Power Rangers curse breakdown on Monday, so that way you guys can see all the crazy stories that have come out of this, because it is absolutely insane. But I digress. Back to the Red Power Ranger. Now, it seems like it is a possibility that it is mismanaged funds. It is a possibility. Now, with that said, it's also a possibility that this dude willfully was a part of some kind of massive $3.5 million scheme to defraud the government. With a lot of the things that we cover on here, usually there's a big pile of evidence that we can kind of talk about and speculate. But on this one, there's not really a ton of evidence that they've kind of given the public, so I just don't really know what's going on other than the information that I just read to you. The one thing that really sucks about this whole thing overall is the fact that this probably impacted other small businesses. If you guys remember, back when COVID was really hitting businesses hard, there were a lot of people filing for this PPP loan, trying to get their businesses to stay afloat while they were being forced to lock their doors or not being able to open to the public, which really sucks as a small business owner. A lot of those people who were applying for those loans got denied the ability to have those loans, which this extra $3.5 million could have helped some of those small businesses. Obviously, it's not going to change the entire world, or it's not going to change what happened. But at the end of the day, it could have possibly helped some other small businesses that really needed that money, because there's only so much to go around. And when they go to reach in there and there's $3.5 million missing, that's $3.5 million that doesn't go to legitimate businesses. And what sucks even worse, these guys apparently suck at it, because they got busted. Imagine how many people were out there that did this exact same scheme and didn't get busted at all, and probably wound up spending way more than just $3.5 million. So as always, I'm really curious what you guys have to say about this in the comment sections below. Do you think that this was very purposeful, that he did this illegal act on purpose? Or do you think that it was something that he really wasn't aware of? He passed the money off to maybe a financial advisor. Financial advisor gets involved, does some really shady things. Or do you think that that alone is somewhat purposeful when you're mismanaging your own funds and not looking into where they go? A lot of questions. Now's the part where I found out if you actually watch the entire video. So whenever you leave your comment in the comment sections below about this particular story, make sure you add in who your favorite Power Ranger is. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit. Things just haven't been